Hey, how's it going? We are continuing the series where we take a look at some of the interesting projects. Myself, if anything, I like to bring attention to some of the projects if anything, something I call feel good projects. Feel good. Controversial is less of that, less of drama. Controversial. Let's focus on perhaps what would be a lot of value some of the projects there. And in this video, we're gonna be taking a look at the ocean cleanup project and what this project is. Let's start with the introduction. The Ocean Cleanup Project, founded by Boyan Slat in 2013, represents groundbreaking and innovative response to a global crisis in ocean plastic pollution. With its mission to rid the world's oceans of plastic debris, the project has generated international attention and it's emblematic of the potential of technology and innovation to address pressing environmental challenges. Let's take a look at perhaps some of the concept ideas. If I will cover those as well as history, significant challenges, and how they are doing, and when it comes to achieving some of the goals. I think I have seen it, but I'm not entirely sure. I have seen so many of different projects. I'm not entirely sure about this particular project, but I have seen many different projects. And again, perhaps there's different teams and how those teams are now doing their best to accomplish the goal. Perhaps cheapest, fastest, greatest, perhaps how they can achieve their goals, and which team would be the first, second, third, I guess. Start with the concept. The Ocean Cleanup Project is centered on the concept of using advanced technologies to capture and remove plastic waste from the world's oceans. It combines engineering and environmental science to create autonomous systems that are designed to passively collect and concentrate plastic debris for efficient removal. So perhaps it's something that they're looking for, and how they're looking to achieve those, especially when it comes to, I have seen some of the projects, right? Not necessarily this one, but I've seen some where they would use perhaps solar panels or sun power to power some of the machines. Engineering knowledge that would be something that would be required from a person to run those projects, right? And how they can use that to collect a lot of plastic, as well as nets that they would use to collect that plastic, or move that plastic into a vortex, and how that vortex would be able to collect all that plastic, which is kind of interesting idea. I am not entirely sure, but I think they're currently on the fourth generation, so we're constantly improving, right? So whatever idea was in the first one, a general idea, so we're constantly improving. So I think it's a fourth generation, and constantly improving effectiveness and how they are doing it, which is great. Which is great because there's a lot of plastic waste patches within oceans where they could definitely improve the way perhaps ourselves we constantly can do better than recycling. History. The project was initiated by Boyan Slat at the young age of 18 in 2013, emerged from the widely circulated TED Talk. I guess if people would like to. I don't know none of that. I haven't seen it. I don't know nothing about how the person is looking to do great things, right, with his time, which is great. So let's support more of that. But I don't know nothing about the person. I don't know nothing. I'm not supporting. I hope this person is doing great things and gonna be doing great things in the future. And for some reason, I won't gonna get him problem, right? I don't know. He's a young lad. I don't want to say anything. It's a young lad, but let's support this person, I guess. Outline his vision to tackle the problem of the ocean plastic pollution. Over the years, the Ocean Cleanup Project has grown from a concept of tangible and operational efforts to clean up the seas. So overall, he has started, or perhaps the project itself, gained a lot of traction during TED Talks. Well, I don't know nothing about the person. Significance. The Ocean Cleanup Project holds tremendous, or a lot of significance for several reasons. Environmental impact. Ocean plastic pollution is a grave environmental issue, threatening marine life and ecosystems. The project aims to mitigate these damages. innovation. It showcases how innovative and technological can innovation technology can harness to address environmental crisis and on a global scale. So support how we can help. I don't know. I don't know. Perhaps we can, as a society, solve this problem in a matter of perhaps 5 or so years. We can solve this problem, and there's a lot of actions that have been taken where we're looking to improve, but there's a lot of backlog. I don't know who created this backlog in the first place. Who was the politics? Who was the business people who have created this problem in the first place? So now we need to spend that time listening to feel-good projects out there. Global attention. The project has raised awareness about the urgent need to address plastic pollution in oceans, inspiring worldwide action. Economic value. A successful cleanup initiative can recover and recycle a significant amount of plastic, contributing to the circular economy. Hopefully, as they can offer a lot of value, as well as we can move away from non-biodegradable materials into perhaps biodegradable. So we perhaps, but there's with press with the new challenges, so we need more resources towards that direction. By doing that, we would cut need of this kind of projects in the first place. So we solving a problem at its roots instead of perhaps and way better solution, way better. So all the materials would biodegrade entirely. So that's it, solve the problem entirely. So instead of perhaps what's the percentage like? 90%, 10%, 5%. So either way, so let's solve this problem at the roots, and instead of perhaps looking for a bandit. Challenges. Scale. The scale of the ocean plastic pollution is vast, making it a formidable task to collect and remove the ribs from the world's oceans. Environmental impact. The technology used must not harm marine life or ecosystems while capturing plastic waste. Funding. The project relies substantial financial support, which can be challenging to secure for such as large-scale initiatives, or perhaps progressive in improving of how many rivers they're placing some of the machinery on. Sustainability, ensuring that the long-term sustainability of cleanup efforts and preserving the replenishment of ocean plastic are ongoing challenges. Again, so perhaps there are some initiatives. I don't know if I'm giving balanced opinions, so there are a lot of initiatives. There are, at least the last time I checked, about 6 months ago, there were a lot of funding for people who or teams who can put together projects which can potentially overcome current challenges of some waste materials, and how we can come up or put together different packaging, right, instead of what you're doing right now, perhaps different packaging that solve some of the problems as well. Potential outcomes. Cleaner ocean. Successful implementation can lead to cleaner and healthier oceans, benefit marine life and ecosystems. Recycle plastic. Collected plastic can be recycled, reduce the need of new plastic products. I mean, this is how it looks. Again, it's a feel-good project, right? Environmental awareness. A project can continue to raise awareness about the global plastic pollution crisis, driving policy change and individual actions. So drive is drive policy change. So who have elected these people in the first place? So who? Let's take more responsibility about who elected those people and how we got that problem happening in the first place. Once that's been addressed, we can progress and other measures. Next time when people making such a decisions, they will take more, be accountable to begin with. How we're finding ourselves in such a problem. Technological advancement. Advancements made in ocean cleanup technology may have broad applications in environmental conservation. So either way, so there are a lot of advancements, and now we're looking to address that as well. Noteworthy facts. Create specific garbage patch. I have seen it. There's it seems like all the rubbish or waste are currently being collected in one particular place in a specific ocean. Multinational efforts, so they're looking to gather more attention. Some of those nations, in particular, who has nothing to do with all the waste, it's been getting those nations involved, and even those nations are raising their own awareness about why you're getting those nations involved if they haven't done anything in the first place. so, so I don't know who sometimes who and what they're communicating with who and whose time has been wasted about this process, right? Because if we are communicating with the smart people, if we communicate with the smart world leaders, time matters. The time costs a lot of money, right? Where they could be discussing real problems, right? Some of the problems that have been created by other people. Now we're looking for those people to solve developing countries and looking to solve those problems. It's a waste of everyone's time. Recycling initiatives, let's prevent those problems from happening in the first place. So then, if we can, or perhaps come up with better systems. Youth leadership, either way, so it's a waste of everyone's time. I have published a course. Within this course, I'm focusing on fundamentals. I have identified 12 different areas, and I have spent so much time finding out myself what would work for me, then identifying those areas, as well as I'm looking to share this information with others within a course. It took me a lot of time, as well as those things haven't been taught in school. Some of those areas can be setting goals, how to set goals, how to achieve your goals, time management, your budget, finance, some of the key areas which would be very important for you to become more productive and effective when it comes to accomplishing your goals. And just very common sense things. I personally believe it will help to a number of individuals out there. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. If not, you can find everything in the description below. The Ocean Cleanup Project exemplifies the power of innovation, determination, and collective efforts on confronting environmental crisis. Overall, it's more like a bandage project, right? So it's a bandage, also, which is great. So someone's doing something about it, but we need to address why those perhaps problems happen in the first place. Once we address those, acknowledge some of the problems, what we can do different about it. So some of the policies, politics of who came up with this, some of those ways of operating and doing things. Once we acknowledge that, from there we can progress in perhaps improving the existing systems. So that would be my overall way of taking a look at some of those policies and the way how things being done. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.